Hello. Hopefully you guys are more excited than some that first morning I saw met most of you guys on the information session. I just want to introduce myself. My name is Nicole Miles, and most of you already know me, and I know you and your students. And I just want to say welcome to the Early Start Bridge Academy kickoff. Today is our first day where everybody's going to meet everybody. You'll meet the teachers, you'll meet your roommates if you're living on campus, you'll meet your classmates, and guess what? You'll hear the nasty stuff called the policies and procedures. So, we're going to go ahead and get started. As you probably know, I'm one of the sticklers for time, and we're already 7 minutes late. So, I'm going to go ahead and introduce the people that are going to be speaking to you tonight. And if they would just raise their hand or stand up, that would be great. And I'm going to try and catch them when they're not eating. So, first of all, I want to introduce our interim dean of the University College, Dr. Keisha Horner. She's in the back. She's going to speak to you right when I leave. Then we have Dr. Pinder Naidu, who's going to talk to you about the math curriculum. And then we have Ms. Sally Cruz, who's also going to talk to you about the math curriculum with Dr. Pinder. And we are Ms. Matthews. Some of you guys have Ms. Matthews, Kathy Matthews, as your instructor. She is not here today, so we have Dr. Hurd, our associate dean, actually going to speak to you. And he's going to be here a little later. So that's his picture. That's Ms. Matthews' picture, just in case you didn't know. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Dr. Horner, and she's going to welcome you, and then I'll come back up here. We'll go ahead and get started by talking about the policies and procedures with the ESBA. Thank you.
Thanks, Nicole. It is so nice to see many familiar faces. I had a chance to meet several of you at the different open houses, and I know that for some of you, this is your third visit to our campus. But again, I want to say welcome, as always, to Kennesaw State University. We're so very excited to have you all with us. Now, you all have your fall schedules already in your folder, so you know exactly what courses you're going to be taking when you come back in July and then in August. Everybody in love with their schedule? Yes, these are beautiful schedules. Okay, let me ask it this way. Anyone have a Saturday 8 a.m. class on their schedule? No, you know why? Because you registered early. And so now, do you love your schedule, knowing you could have a Saturday 8 a.m. class on your schedule? Yes, you do. It's looking a whole lot better. I know it is. We are thrilled that you are with us and that you're going to learn everything you need to know about ESBA that you don't know already, so that when you leave this evening, your next step is to join us in July and get started in the program. You are going to be in the best of hands this evening as Nicole and her team walk you step by step through all the important information in this folder. And I would simply encourage you to keep this folder handy, to refer to it often, and to make sure that any questions that we didn't think to answer in the folder or anything that's not exactly clear, please follow up with us in the next few weeks so that everyone is on the same page when you are with us starting to take the classes in July. So the next time I see many of the students, it will be on your first day of class, as we once again welcome you to the university, and we feed them again, don't we, Nicole? We love food. Yes, it's a wonderful thing. And so once again, you'll be feeding your faces as I say, we're so excited to have you here. Can't wait to get you started in your classes. For the parents, July is going to be a little different because you're not going to be with us, but we want you to know that we're going to take great care of your students. We care about their academic success. We care about their integration to campus. They've got a huge support system that will be around them, and they're going to meet all of those people tonight, their mentors and their roommates and their faculty. It is just an incredible program and a great opportunity for them to get started at Kennesaw State. So welcome, have a wonderful evening, and best wishes for the rest of your summer before you come and start classes.
Thank you. So we're going to go ahead and get started because we are running late. But before I do, I just want to say thank you to several people that helped make this happen, because the past few weeks have been really, really crazy. I don't know if some of you know this, but I'm also in school, and I just needed all the extra help I can possibly get. So I want to thank a couple people before we start. I want to thank Mrs. Johnson back in the back to take care of the food. And then I also want to thank Matthew. He's going to be one of your peer mentors. And then also the young ladies out in the front. They probably were talking when you guys came in, but they probably talked to you guys and talked your ear off. They can't hear me, so I guess I'm not going to wait. But their names Kelsey, Yanni, Taylor, Miranda, Christina, and Gabby. So if you guys come in, and when they come in, if you guys see them, please, just say thank you, because they will really mean a lot to them, because they're the ones that put all this stuff together for you guys to make it work. So, thank you. I was sort of thinking, who was that talking? Okay, let's go ahead and get started with the policies and procedures. If you can, please open up your handbooks. And I'm actually going to go over the policies, and I'm also going to go over the mentors with Christina. So if you open up your handbook, everybody has their handbook with a lot of information. And I know it's going to be a lot of information today and tomorrow. So like Dr. Horner says, hold on to your folder, because there's going to be questions. If you can just do me one big favor, is just to save your questions. As you look on the end and back of the handbook to your, should be the right-hand side, there's some note pages in there. If you can just write your notes there, and at the end I'm going to take all questions, because you might have a question that I'm going to talk about later. So if I don't answer it, then we can ask all the questions at once. Is that a deal? And then there's pins on the table that's supposed to work, but I've been told some of them don't. So if they don't, I'm sorry. We'll get you a new one. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. We're all college students, we're all adults here, so I'm not going to read the first few pages. The first pages of the handbook are talking about the expectations that we have of you as a student, and what a college professor actually expects of their students. And that's just not in the ESBA. That's also in every college classroom. So make sure you do read that, so you kind of know what to expect, and we're going to go more into detail when you guys come in July. So if you actually go to the, hold on here. If you go to page 3, which talks about all the expectations, we're going to go on to the policies and procedures, which is behind the yellow sheet of paper. So you guys see the yellow sheet of paper? And there's some pages behind it. Of course, being in the ESBA is not mandatory for you to be here. It's voluntary, unless your parents made you come. So if your parents made you come, I'm sorry. But if not, then guess what? You're here. And to be here, we had a wait list. So for you to come in and join us this year, you should feel very fortunate. So with that said, the ESBA actually runs Monday through Thursday from July the 14th to August the 6th. Instead of 4 weeks, it's 3.5 weeks, just because school starts back a little earlier than we used to. So we expect you to be here every single day, Monday through Thursday, from 8:15 in the morning until 2:30 p.m. each day. And if you're not able to come, my phone number is actually in here. It's my office phone. I've learned not to put my cell phone in here anymore, so it's the office phone. If your students aren't able to come, please let us know. The reason why, because the math class, it goes at a fast pace at the beginning. And we want to make sure that we don't lose anyone. And we want to make sure, Dr. Nadi will talk about this, there's a test on the first day of class, there's a test, like, I don't know if she's doing it every week like you used to, but we don't want the students to miss the test. So if you're not able to come, please call before 8:30 and let me know that you're not going to be able to come and be here. If I'm not here, just leave out my voicemail, because I might be outside, I might be in the classroom, you don't know where I'm going to be. However, you need to let us know. And even if you sit there, the peer mentors are going to give you their phone numbers as well. So if you have to let them know, that's fine as well. That's what they're here for, to actually talk to us in case you're not able to talk to us. And how many of you have brothers and sisters in college already? Other than you, Matthew. How many of you know how much books cost? How much do books cost? How much does one book cost? $175. Which book is that? Just any book. Oh gosh. Well, our math books cost $195. So with that said, as you can see, we are going to be loaning you your books. So not only, since we can't pay to bribe you guys to be here by offering you guys books. So we are going on the first day of class. I didn't bring them with me because we all know, at least I think I know, if I gave them to you today, you're not going to touch them until July anyway. So on July the 14th, I'm asking that each one of you come in at 8 o'clock in the morning in the University College building. How many of you know what the University College building is? How many of you guys came for advising night? And then actually went to the University College building. The University College building is, if you pull out your map, which is on the left-hand side, it's in color. I actually highlighted the University College building, building number 24. And we're going to talk about parking. The University College building is right behind the Student Center. That's where you guys are going to meet on the second floor of the first day to pick up your books. You'll get your KSU textbook, you get your math book. We're going to give you a loan you a TI 83 calculator. We're also going to give you my math lab codes. So with Mr. Still over there telling us how much it costs for one textbook, all of this stuff we're loaning you guys is over $650 worth of materials. So look, think about that $650 you don't have to worry about paying by doing the program. So just make sure you come on the first day at 8 o'clock in the morning, about 8:15. You all don't come all at once. And come pick up your materials, and we'll have with pictures the first day. We're going to also each other, because I know a lot of you. As a matter of fact, I got so mad at some of you for just walking right past me. But I want the peer tutors, I want the peer mentors, I want the instructors to know who you are as well. So if you guys could be here between 8 and 8:15 on the first day, on July the 14th, in the University College building, second floor, we'll have signs out so you know where you're going. That would be great. And then you all got your t-shirts, right? Does everybody have a t-shirt? Does everybody have a t-shirt? Yeah. You guys know, thank you. Was that you, Nick? Thank you. Wear your t-shirts on the first day, because we do take our group photos on the first day. So how many of you guys saw the cover page of the brochure and everything as the students from last year? So just make sure you wear your t-shirts on the first day. You can wear whatever bottoms you want, so just keep that in mind. But that's one thing I'm going to say, is that about the books and when you're going to be coming in. If you go to the next page, page 9. So part of the ESBA is, like I said, it's a privilege to be here with us. So not only are you going to sit here and start two of your classes early, you also going to be used to this campus. This campus has 25,000 students. However, in the summertime, we probably barely have 10,000. Dr. Maggie, right? Probably less than 10,000, because I sure don't see any students walking around this summer. Sometimes I forget it's summer school. But you as students will get to know this campus basically all by yourselves, with nobody else here, and not have to fight trying to find out where your classes are. So you're going to find out where all the resources are. You're going to find out where each of your classes are. So being here is a privilege. So we expect you, like I said, to attend every class session every day, along with using your tutoring sections. So we have built-in tutoring sections at the end of the day for Monday through Thursday. So Mondays and Wednesdays are going to be your math learning lab. So that's going to be either with your peer mentors, peer tutors, either Matthew or Miranda or Miss Cruz. It just depends on which one. And you'll find out when we do a breakout session, you'll find out who's going to be your tutor, okay? So and then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, it's going to be KSU 1101. It's either going to be a speaker. We're going to do a scavenger hunt during learning lab, so you can be familiar with the campus. We're going to show you different resources, because we have a lot of resources on this campus. A lot of the students that have been here for 4 years don't even know we have. So this would be very beneficial for you as an incoming first-year student to know. So then, bullet 3 is complete all your homework assignment. Hold on. Complete all your homework assignment. Yes, this is summer school, but we're not going to give a lot of homework. At least I'm not. I don't know about Ms. Matthews. I don't know about Dr. Nadu. But you're here to focus on your math skills, because most of you came in that really need the math. You will have homework, but not a lot. But we would focus more on the math more than anything. Yeah, there's homework for you. So we focus more on the math issues of this. So in the case 1101, you're not going to have as much homework as you were in your math, but there is going to be homework. We expect you to complete all the homework assignments when you're supposed to. This is not high school. So if you come in and say, I forgot to do my homework, in college, we say, oh, I'm so sorry. We're sorry that you couldn't do your homework, that's a 0. How many of you had homework sessions and you guys didn't have to turn it in, or he just let you turn it in like 2 weeks later? You guys can be honest with me. I just graduated from high school just a little while ago. Well, college professors don't do that. So we give homework. If we give it to you and we expect you to do it and we collect it and you don't have it, guess what? That's a 0. And that can really hurt a grade. So make sure you complete all your homework assignments that we give you each day. So if it's either Ms. Cruz, Dr. Nadu, Ms. Matthews, or myself, or even the other 2 tutors give you homework, make sure you do it, because everything that you do in the ESBA is for a grade. And you might not get an actual letter grade for all of it, but you can use it later on for another assignment. So don't ever take anything for granted. And then be actively involved in the ESBA is the last thing that's under the bullet. And the reason why we say this is because not only are we going to be in class, but we found out that academic support is one thing, but social support is another. And Taylor and Gabby will talk to you about what they have planned for the summer as far as trying to get everyone together, because we found out you want to see us inside the classroom, but you also get a connection outside the classroom as well. And we want to make sure that you have that connection and that you are successful in the first 3 weeks. Yes, it's going to be tough, but we are going to have fun too. So just keep that in mind, and the girls will talk about that in a few minutes. And then successful completion of the academy means that you achieve a C or better. So in your math class, you have to get C or better. If you have to take the support lab, you have to get an S to fulfill those requirements, and we'll talk about that later. You met all the attendance policies. You were here every single day, all 3.5 weeks. And then you attended the study sessions as well. So if you want to be successful in this program and then later on into your academic career when we start in August, you have to fulfill all those requirements. If you don't, then we're going to ask you to please remove yourself from the program, and you just have to start all over again in whatever math class or whatever KSU 1101 class in the fall when August 18th comes around. So don't think that just because you don't come to class or you don't participate that you're going to stay, because we are here to help you. And if there's someone here that doesn't want to be helped, then you're kind of deterring it from the other people in the program. So we want to make sure everybody is doing what they're supposed to be doing if we're taking time of our schedules and our commitments to our family to help you. So that's how you can be successful in the ESBA as far as the first 3.5 weeks. We're going to go on to parking. If you look at parking, you should have a decal in your folder. This decal is something that you can use in any of the parking lots. So all the student parking lots, I should say. If you look at the map, I actually highlighted also the parking lot that's closer to our buildings, which is the west parking deck, and that's right behind us in the social science. And then lot D, I believe it is, or lot E, I can't remember. It's lot D. Lot D is right across the street from the Commons. So if you know where the Commons is located, right across the street is the lot D for student parking, and then it's open parking. So all you have to do is put this in your rearview mirror. However, if you are a residential student, I advise you to park in the north parking deck, because by the time you get to your car, drive onto campus, you can walk to it right then. And plus, you have to get used to walking anyway, because you're not allowed to pull your campus onto main campus anyway, your car to main campus. So whatever you do, just put this in your rearview mirror and have this facing out. And so then you won't get a ticket. And to be honest with you, I know students have gotten tickets, $25, $50 tickets for not having this shown, and there's nothing I can do about it. So if you get a ticket, that's something that you have to pay. So I advise you to make sure you go ahead and keep it in your rearview mirror at all times. But this is what you're going to use to park and make sure that you're legit, and that's no cost to you. So this is from the car services. So make sure you put this in your car as soon as the first day of the program. If you go on to page 10, we already talked about the study and tutoring. And then the next one is the meal plan that a lot of parents ask me about. If you look on the left-hand side of your the right-hand side of your packet, there should be a meal plan contract and how much it costs. If you take a look at it, I'm not sure if it's on a different color. Did you guys see the meal plan contract in your folders? It's on the left-hand side, and it says it has a contract, and then it has a form. And then it has how much meals are going to be. This is how the handout on how much meals. Mind you, the meal plan, a lot of parents ask me about it. It's not mandatory for summer session. However, to be honest with you, it's $10 for lunch. So a lot of students in the past, they got the 8 meals if they were commuter students just because it's only open for the first 2 weeks of the ESBA. But they get to learn about the Commons is all you can eat. How many of you been into the Commons yet? Is it good food? Yeah, you guys gonna eat there tomorrow too for orientation, and try the macaroni. Because they have fried chicken and macaroni Thursdays, and all the students love it, so they always bring it back every Friday. I always try to give me a little ticket to go over there. But they show the plans. The $15 dine-in dollars are somewhere, you can use that money basically anywhere on campus. So we have Chick-fil-A here, we have a deli. We also have, a coffee place, I can't remember the name of it. We have Jasmine's, you can use on any place on campus. And then the 8 meals is for anywhere, the swipes. We call them swipes here on KSU campus. A swipe is an entry. So you have 8 swipes for $90. However, the past couple of years, the Commons have been open on the weekend. So for the residential students, I kind of advise the parents that they really want to make sure their student gets a nourished meal to do 2 meals a day for lunch and dinner, because they do close, I think, at 5 or 6 o'clock. But they can go there after the program and stay there for a couple of hours and eat if they wanted to. Usually the students will get up early enough to go for breakfast, to be honest with you. And there is a form for you to fill out for your student that if you fill this out and put it in the box where Gabby's going to talk about a little later on, then I can turn them in next week and you guys can pay for them through your AliExpress on if you want a meal plan. But like I said, it's not mandatory. If you decide you just want to pay as you go, that's fine. Lunch is $10 for each time you go in. So if you think about it, you're paying $80 and then you still got $15 left if you did a meal plan. But it's all up to what the parents and the students want to do. And that's something you pay through your AliExpress. But if you fill out the form and leave it with me, we can take it over and then they can go ahead and enter into the system and you can pay through your AliExpress. But like I said, it's not mandatory, but a lot of parents ask me about the meal plans. And then if you turn to the next set of dates, or important dates, it says July the 15th is the first day of the program, but it's really July the 14th. That's the day that you guys want to come here at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's the only day that you'll be here at 8 o'clock. After that, for the first week, you'll be here at 8:15. And then after that, we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Then the girls are going to talk to you about what social events that they have planned. So they have skating, they have a movie night, and they're going to talk to you about that. The last day of the ESBA is August the 6th, and then that's also when they're going to have their celebration of completion. It's going to be in the social science building, which is in the very back of the campus. And that's something that I advise all parents to come to because that's what your students put on. They're the ones that have to coordinate everything, so it's part of their midterm grade for their KSU 1101 class. And you'll get more information about that on the first week of once we sign them up for the committees. In the past, just so the students would know, start thinking about it, in the past they've had different themes. One year we had a Mardi Gras theme. We had the red carpet affair. Last year was some kind of mystery. I forgot what they called it though. And then the year before that, I forgot what they called that one too. But those are the ones I really remember because I've got so much stuff going through my head. But that's what I really advise the students, the parents come to is business attire. It's basically showing you what the students have done over the 3 weeks. And those 3 weeks are very important because they learn how to work in teamwork. They learn to compromise. They learn to listen. And everything that we talk about KSU 1101, they're going to apply into this. And like I said, I don't do anything except order their refreshment and reserve the room. They do everything. They do the check-in, they do the invitations, they do the whole program. So I really advise parents to come and support their student on that, on their half of their midterm grade. So that's what this is for. And then also August 22nd is also the first year convocation, which you're going to hear a lot about tomorrow when you come for orientation. It's the first year convocation, which is induction to the university. That's on August the 22nd. And families are strongly encouraged to come as well. It's just like the graduation, but being introduced to the university. They'll have a speaker. It'll be all the first year students and their families. So I invite you to come to that as well, because they always have good speakers, and you see all of the faculty in the regalia. Which, if you don't know what regalia is the long, you guys have caps and gowns for high school, correct? And they, well, regalia is, does anyone know what the regalia is? Well, it's all cap and gown when you get a doctorate, and it's a lot of fabric, and they're so pretty that I just come to convocation just to see that and go to graduation just to see those, because they come in with all the different colors, and it shows you what kind of degrees that these professors have received as far as doctorates. And they're more elaborate than your caps and gowns that you see in the undergrad. So it kind of motivates you to do well and to be just like your professors. So lastly, what I'm going to talk about is your schedules. If you guys can pull out your summer schedule. This is subject to change, just to let you know. So, as of right now, from 8:15 to 9:15 on Monday through Tuesday, Monday through Wednesday, is going to be your icebreakers. Is that what it says on there? Okay. Then at 9:30 is when the second and third week and fourth week, or half of the fourth week, that's when you're going to actually go to your class. So if you're in group 1, who's in group 1? If you look at the bottom, there's a note. It should say a note on there. Noelle? What, are you in group 1? Okay. Group 1 would actually be in what class, Noelle? At 9:30.
Math 4?
Math 1101?
Oh, no, I have 11.
1111?
I just said it wrong. So sorry.
I said Math 1101, so they had to correct me up here, so don't worry.
11.
Math 1111. Who's in group 2? What's what class you have? Okay, guess you 1101. Okay, so if you're in my class, who's in my class? Oh, she's happy about that. So my class actually, listen, because it's been a change already in the schedule, I see. If you're in my KSU 1101 class, who's in my KSU 1101 class? You're actually going to see me at 9:30 in the morning. So make that change on your calendar already. So you're going to come see me at 9:30 in the morning. Who has Miss Matthews as KSU 1101? So you go see. So that's group number 2. So if you have Miss Matthews for KSU 1101, you're going to see Dr. Nadu at 9:30 in the morning. Because some of them have been fixed, I guess, and some of them haven't. So if you have me for KSU 1101, you're going to come see me Monday through Thursday at 9:30. Got that? We're going to tell you on the first day, too, so don't worry. Who has Miss Matthews again? So where do you go at 9:30? I just said it. Don't look on there. Don't look on there. I just said it. You going to go see Dr. Nadu?
I don't know.
If you have Miss Matthews, listen one more time. If you have Miss Matthews for KSU 1101, and your notes is in a second, because I'm going to tell you where you can find out who you have, you're going to see Dr. Nadu at 9:30 in the morning. Okay? If you have me as KSU 1101, I'll see you at 9:30. Then you see Dr. Nadu after lunch. Okay? And then you go to your learning lab. But now you might say, how do I know who I have? Well, if you look at the next sheet, it should have your fall schedule. A lot of you came in for a rising night, so you kind of know your fall schedule. A lot of you probably a couple of you did it through email. Some of you even did it through Skype. So take a look at your fall schedule and I'm going to give you guys a couple moments just to take a look at it. If you have any questions, then we can ask at the end. But I want you guys to see who your KSU 1101, and I'm going to have something ask you guys again who your KSU 1101 teacher is. I'm going to give you guys like 30 seconds. On that first day? Well, I wish I had a piece of, well, you know what? I got a Snickers bar for you. A little Snickers mini. Who has me? Noel, I'm not calling on you anymore. Okay, I'm going to Nick over here, Noel. Nick, do you have me, Nick? So where you going at 9:30 on the first day? On the first day, July the 14th. You're going to be at 9:30. Okay. Okay, so with that said, we'll remind you guys. I'll send out the emails to remind you guys on the first day and everything. So make sure we are all on the same page. Because like I said, this is subject to change. So, and it's already changed. And that's how it is at Kennesaw. Things just change all of a sudden. So if you guys take a look at your fall schedules, if you have any questions about your fall schedule, just let me know. If you go to your reality schedule, there's two schedules for you. There's the AliExpress, that's the one that you actually see if you log on to your AliExpress. Then there's a reality schedule. If you look at the reality schedule, if you have a math learning support, the math support lab on your schedule, you don't have to raise your hands or anything. I know who you are. You know who you are. If you have that on your reality schedule, you don't have to go to KSU 1101 on Thursdays, okay? Because you're getting an extra support in your math class on Mondays and Wednesdays, 2 days a week for an hour and 15 minutes. But either from 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm so sorry, whoever's in my class, they have to go at 8 o'clock in the morning. I am so sorry, but it had to happen. But if you are not required to take that math support lab, you will see either Miranda at 12:30 on Thursdays, which is my class. So if you're in my class, because mind you, each of our classes have half of the students taking the math support lab, the other half are not. You don't know who's who. You're probably gonna find out on the first day. So trust me. But half of them. So let's say use my class for example. I have 25 students in my class. Half of them are going to have the math support lab at 8 o'clock on Monday and Wednesday mornings in the fall, which they're telling me no, it's not like that anymore. And then the other half will the other half will just go to the SI, which we'll talk about more in detail when we break off. We'll do our breakout session. But all in all, if you have the math support lab, you don't go. We only go to KSU 1101 one day a week starting in the fall. Just one day, and that's because we did half of the semester in the summer. So if you don't have to have that math support lab, then you are required to go to see your SI session, which we will talk about in a few minutes. Dr. Nadia and Ms. Cruz will talk about it. But we'll go more into detail when we do the breakout sessions because it's kind of confusing, and I'm going to tell you how it goes. But it doesn't start until August. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and kind of end there. And we're going to go on to questions. If you have any questions for me for parking, If you have any questions about the general policies or procedures or what you need to do on the first day, if it has something to do with your schedule, that's individual. And I'm one of those people that don't like to talk about your individual problem in front of everybody. Make a note and come see me when we do our break. But if you have something about the curriculum, you hold off on it because we're going to do breakout sessions and you can ask that. All I want to know is if you have any questions regarding like the meal plan, parking, policies, anything like that, I am here and you can go ahead and ask only if it's a general question. If it pertains to you, just hold off on it, okay, to break. We got 2. We're going to get back here, June, okay?
Hi, I was just wondering, do we have to pay for parking even if we are not bringing the vehicle to campus?
That's a good question. This parking that you guys have for this for the summer is free, so you don't have to worry about paying anything. If you're not bringing, that's something they're not going to tell you tomorrow. So, how many of you not bringing a car to campus in the fall? They charge you $70 for parking. What you need to do, and you didn't hear this from me, go up to parking and let them know that you're not bringing a car and that you don't need a parking decal, and they'll credit your account $70. So, because automatically they're going to charge you $70 for parking. But all you need to do is go up to car services tomorrow, tell them that you're not going to bring a car into campus, you don't need a decal, and they'll credit your account $70 for that parking, or however much it is. I know what's 70, it might be more now. So, does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, June? The question is, if they want to buy the lunches with cash, they do take cash in the very front. So like when you walk into the Commons, they take credit cards and they take cash. And also just to let you know, parents, if you want to put money onto their KSU ID card, tomorrow you guys can get your KSU ID card. Never lose that, because of the fact is that's going to mean everything to you. Because if you put money on that card, that's money on there. And to be honest with you, if a student finds that, they go to the Commons and they will invite them and all their friends that on your parents' sign. So you guys want to keep your ID, but you can pay by cash. Once you walk in, there's they don't get change though. So it has to be the correct. And if you pay $20, they're gonna pay $20 actually on there. So if you don't want to do it that way, you can always do it online. Any other questions? Yes.
So, is the Commons closing on the 25th? Is there no option if you're on campus for food?
Yes.
Or
The Commons that's closed on July the 25th. That's when our summer school ends. So that's why I was telling you, the last week and a half of the program, there's not going to be a Commons. In the past, most of the students, they go in the surrounding areas and go and eat. The residential students will go in, back to their rooms. They can bring lunches, from home, and they can always come in the student center and eat as well. So there's, they can go off campus if the parents allow them to. Any other questions? Oh, yes, Bill.
I have a question. After August 6th, between then and the first day of school, do the students go home? Do they stay here? What do they do?
It's up to you if you want if you want the students to come home. If they're residential, they can go home, or they can stay here. So it depends on the parents and the student. A lot of students do go home. They don't have to come back though, because you guys, if you know, the residential students will move into, I think it's August the 14th or 15th. The students that are already moving into campus in July don't have to move out and move back in. So they don't even have to come back if they don't want to until August the 17th when school starts back on the 18th. So it's up to the parent and the student if you want them to stay here for those 2 weeks or if you want them to come home. But we're not responsible for them no matter once the ESBA is over. So to be honest with you, they're actually going to meet their RAs today anyway. There's going to be an RA that's going to be there with them the whole time. So don't think they're all by themselves. But they can go home. They were moving on Saturday, July the 12th. And then, that's another thing. The residential students, I'm glad you said that. The residential students, if you look at your folder, there's a sheet in there. Do you see the sheet? It should be on your left-hand side. It's with different, just residential students. It's gonna have different times. To make life easier for KSU housing, I have assigned times for you to come in and move in on July the 12th. And that's when you will come in at that time with all your paperwork that you need to bring with you to move in. We don't expect, if you can, please try to be on time because we are trying to do this within 2.5 hours. And we're trying to move in about 30 students in. So if you can't come in on time, do you guys see it in your folders? I believe it's a colored sheet. I think it's pink right there in front of you. Okay, I will send you guys the times. I send you guys the times. I will email you the times. The pink sheet is actually your roommate. I didn't put anybody's last name on this sheet, and I didn't put any room numbers. If you look on your name tags, there's a 4-digit number on your name tag. That's your room number if you're a residential student. So when we take a break, if you haven't met your roommate yet, I would invite you to try and find your roommate, based on the name tag. But I will send you guys the times. I'm so sorry. I worked on it and I sent it to KSU Housing, but I forgot to print it up. So it starts at 10 o'clock and it goes all the way to 12:30. So I will send that before I leave today or tomorrow, just so you know when you're going to move in. And like I said, if you can try and move in when it says to move in, that would be great. If you come in early, we might be able to get you in, but please try not to be late. But if you look, so I want you guys to try and find your roommate based on your name tag and on that sheet. Are there any other questions? Okay, when we do our breakout session after Christina talks to you, we are actually, if you guys look, we do a breakout sessions that says group KSU and group ALS. If you look on your name tag, it would say what group you're in. It would say KSU or ALS. And just so you know, after just get on my to get you before Christina, the group KSU is going to stay in here. The group ALS, we're going to have someone walk you upstairs, and then you'll just stay there, and then Dr. Naidu and Ms. Cruz and Dr. Hurd will walk to where you are. So I'm going to let Christina talk to you about the peer mentors. I'm not going to really talk about them, but I'm going to let Christina do that. She's going to talk to you about the peer mentors and the peer tutors, and she's going to actually introduce you to who's going to be helping you this year. So if you guys can please have Christina come in, Brooke. Please.
Do you want all of them?
Yes.
Oh, all of them.
Okay, so I was told that I'm supposed to tell you what a math tutor does and what a peer tutor does. So a math tutor is basically in the classroom with the students that are, while they're taking math, so they see exactly what they're doing and can later on go later in the afternoon and help reinforce the information with activities, games, and other sort of activities. And a peer leader is somebody who's in the KSU 1101 class with the students, and basically the peer leader is there for the students. If they have any questions about how do I deal with this, how do I deal with that, I'm having trouble trying to stay focused, we can give them ideas and suggestions on how to be focused and other life stuff. So when parents aren't there, that's what we're for. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and introduce Taylor.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Taylor.
Okay, so we have Taylor here. She is going to be...
Yes, I am the peer mentor.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm going to be the peer mentor along with Gabby.
Hi, I'm Gabby. I'm also your mentor for KSU 1101.
For this summer. So part of my job is to
to organize events for everyone to go over the summer. I know the first thing we're going to do, we're going to have like an ESBA dinner night for everyone to get to know each other within the first week of the program. And we'll also have activities like skating and Sparkles. And Sparkles is relatively close, so they don't have to get lost driving. It's going to be fun. And we have movie night planned and different game nights for them to do as well. So I'm going to be like their go-to person, and Gabby, yeah. She's going to be there too to help with KSU 1101 and also be like, you know, if they ever need anyone throughout the summer, throughout the first semester, they'll get our phone numbers, they can talk to us about anything. We're all going to be great friends. It's going to be super fun, I promise. Oh, yes, and I know I've probably said this millions of times to almost everyone. Gabby and I did ESBA last year. I was learning support student, and Gabby was not actually happy to come over here. And so if y'all have any questions, we can probably answer them as well. Feel free to ask us. So I think that's all I have to say. And like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to ask us. We'll be in the back somewhere.
Okay, and next I'm going to bring up Matthew and Miranda. They will be the math tutors for this year.
Hi, I'm Miranda, and I'll be a math tutor like she said. This is my first time actually doing the academy, so I'm new just like all of you. I plan to help you with whatever you need, math or whatever. I'm just like y'all, I'm only 19, and so don't think of me more of as, you know, a teacher, but more as a helper and to get you through your journey. And here's Matthew.
I'm on the other end of the spectrum. I'm 22. I graduated in the fall. So if you need help with math, I'm right there. I'm a math major. I've taken pretty much all the math classes I can. So I can help you guys with math. She'll probably be better with the other stuff. Because I don't live around here. I'm just here to help people.
Okay, and I don't know if Miss Nicole said this or not, but I'm Christina. Hopefully y'all know that by now, but if not, I'm Christina. And I'll be helping out over the summer. I'm tossing in the fall, so I will not be able to help out, unfortunately, but I will be there for the students during the summer semester for anything they need. I will also be here for the tutors.
Okay, with that said, we're going to go ahead and take a break. Like I said, it's going to be 15 minutes, so what time is it? I'm like a student now. I don't carry a watch. Oh, come on, Matthew. Okay, it's 7:57. He had a military time. I told him I'm not good at math. It's 7:57, so we're just at 8:15, so get you a little over 15 minutes. If your student's name says KSU on it, they're going to stay in here. The owls, we're going to have Taylor and Gabby walk them upstairs to the student leadership room. There's two other people that we failed to mention that you might see during the summer. And that's Ayani Hughes before she puts food in her mouth. She actually did the ESBA back in 2011, and she is going to be helping out as well. She plays soccer, so if you like soccer, she's on the girls' soccer team. And then we also have, I'm going to wait till her food get out her mouth. We have Brooke. She did the ESBA this past year, and so you might see them around as well. So just let you know that we do have a lot of support here. So, and they volunteer. Okay, I didn't ask any of these students to come. And then a lot of you met Kelsey, and you might see Kelsey, the one that gave you your t-shirt. You can see her a lot too. And like I said, they actually volunteered to be here because they really enjoyed the program, and they want to make sure your experience is really great as well. So, like I said, if you have any questions, I'm up here. Dr. Nadia and Ms. Cruz is up here, but they're going to talk to you in a few minutes. And then if you want to talk to any of the mentors, you can. And like I said, if you want to meet, the girls want to take the people upstairs to the leadership room. And then you're staying there. Dr. Nadia will come up there. And then Dr. Hurd will come and talk to the next group down here. And with that said, and the housing will be up in the leadership room, and once again, we'll take the group down here up there. So we'll see you guys in 15 minutes.
show on the road. Good evening, everybody. As Nicole said, I am Dr. Naidu, and I will be the professor for college algebra beginning July 14th. The students that are in this room right now, you also have an additional 1 hour class, and it's a Math 1111 lab on your schedules. Is that correct? Is that am I in the right place? Are you guys in the right place? Yes? Okay. All right, good. So what we have done with the Math 1111, it is a 3-hour general education core requirement. The students that I have in the room with me fall within the range where we test you, and you meet a cutoff that we have allowed you to take Math 1111, and we are going to give you the opportunity to get a 3-hour college credit for this semester, okay? Without having you do, traditionally we have you do Introduction to Algebra, Intermediate Algebra, and then Math 1111, okay? So your responsibility starting July the 14th is to attend the lab with Sally, for which you will get a pass-fail grade, and you do need to complete all of the requirements that Ms. Cruz requires of you and that I require of you, okay? If you do not pass the lab, the Math 1111 lab, we will require you to fall back into a Math 0098 class the following spring. And that did happen to 2 students last fall, okay? So I want to stress to you how important it is that not only do you focus on the Math 1111 class, but you will also get the additional help that you need in order to fill those holes in with Miss Cruz, okay? And with Miss Cruz, you'll get 2 days a week as well as 2 days a week in the fall. You will also have, hopefully, Christina in the summer and Gabby in the fall as an additional tutor in the lab, okay? We're not going to do, so here's how that works. The Math 1111 College Algebra class starts with review chapters. So in the summer, for 3.5 weeks, we will begin with some of those review chapters, and that's not just for you guys, but it's for everybody in the class, okay? We will take a quiz after a week and a half, and then you will take your first test at the end of the summer, the 3.5 weeks, okay? In the fall semester, you will have 4 tests and a final, along with the homework, required homework, that you will be required to do over each and every section that we cover in the book. Okay? All right? When I give you a syllabus, I'll just ignore it. When I give you a syllabus in the summer, you will see the summer that will cover the entire syllabus from July 14th all the way through. I actually like doing the college algebra in this way. It allows me 3.5 extra weeks. So I don't have to do 2 or 3 sections and 3 chapters in one day. Okay? All right? So some of the chapters have 7 sections in them, and we will be covering at least 1 section per day. So it's wonderful for me, okay? And it should be wonderful for you because it will allow you time to fill in those holes that you need to, and time to ask Miss Cruz, time to ask Miranda and Matt and Gabby and Taylor any questions that you have, because they've been through the program as well, okay? So they can do the math as well, all right? Matt and Miranda are going to be in the classroom with you, okay? Miranda is actually a middle grades education major, and she is not a freshman, not a sophomore. She is a junior. She was a joint enrolled student, and so even though she says she's only 19, she actually has a lot of math and a lot of experience under her belt, okay? And so Matt is, as he said, graduating soon. They are required to be in the classroom with you because, as they know, every college professor has their thing that they like to emphasize in the classroom and their method and style of teaching, okay? I'm pretty specific, I'm pretty structured, okay? What you see is what you get, okay? If I don't like what I see, I will be in your face, okay? So, I will give you a 0. Doesn't matter to me, okay? Not my grade, all right? I am quite as happy as giving you an F as I am as giving you an A. You will earn your grade in my class, all right? This is not high school. I do not teach high school, okay? For those reasons, all right? But I will work with you. I will work with you. I will work with you to get you through the class, okay? And so will all of these people, all right? We are here to get you through college algebra. We are here to help you earn a Math 1111 college algebra credit, okay? All right? So that you can get moving and get on, okay? So you don't have to spend 2 semesters doing things that you kind of know, all right? And I know you kind of know them as well, okay? All right? So we will start. It will not seem like the beginning to some of you, and for some of you it will feel like we're moving fast, but I will need for you just to stay focused, okay? So, all right, any questions for me? All right. No? I hope I didn't scare you. I try and have fun. Don't we have fun? Do we have fun? You want to add anything?
My name is Sally Cruz, and unlike Dr. Naidu, I did teach high school for 30 years. I tell my students if I start to reprimand them for calling them kids, I'm sorry, it's a habit that's hard to break. But I will be, as Dr. Naidu said, I'll be in charge of your math learning lab, and will be, if I have the schedule right, 1:30 to 2:30 in the afternoon. Some of you will have Dr. Naidu from 9:30 to whatever, 10:45, and some will be right after lunch and will come straight to me after her class. Some of you will have
Don't eat too much lunch if you have me.
and she'll know one in between. My job is, as she said, to help try to fill in gaps for you. How many of you loved math in high school? Okay. It's not most people's favorite subject. I was weird. But I've spent a long time trying to help people like it better than they used to. Okay. So my job is to help when you come, you go to Dr. Naidu's class, and the first thing I'm going to say most days is, how did it go today? What do you have questions about? So come, if there's something that you went over in class that you're going, I thought I knew what she was doing while she was at the board, now I'm not sure, be prepared to come and tell me about that stuff. We'll talk about that some more, sorry. But I try to be flexible. I don't have an agenda that I've got to cover this thing today, because if you come in with questions about what you had in class today, then that's what we're going to focus on. You will have homework, you will have assignments. And to me, this is a really neat opportunity for you folks, because, as Dr. Naidu said, normally where you would be is taking 097 and 098, which is 2 math classes, elementary algebra and intermediate algebra, that you don't get college credit for. So what that means is you would be paying tuition and having to go to class and pass tests, and when you got done, you'd still have to take 1111 to get your credit for your math class that all the curriculums require. In this class, you're already in 1111. So if you pass 1111, you will have that math credit, and you don't have to go back and take the other courses, the preparation courses for that. But you write in 1111, and that's where I come in as a support person to help you fill in any gaps that 97 and 98 normally would have filled in for you anyway. Does that make sense? Okay. That's a really cool opportunity. Just ask your parents, if they're the ones paying for you to be here, how good an opportunity that is. Because that's 2 classes that they don't have to pay for that you would not get credit for. The lab is a 1-hour credit, it's a pass-fail credit. You will have sometimes problems to do for me in the lab, like a test or a quiz. Usually those will be short because I want time to help you with stuff you have questions about also. You will have homework for me in addition to the homework that you have for Dr. Knightley. Hopefully it won't be overwhelming, but hopefully it will help you practice the skills that you need to stay on top of things in your math class. Do not get behind, ever, in any of your college classes. That's my best advice to you as the incoming freshman. Stay focused, stay with, and that's not just for your math class and your 1101 that you're starting here, but all of your college classes. Don't get behind. Don't mess around. Oh, we don't have a test for 3 more weeks. I don't have to look at this book. You ever tried to read an entire history book the night before the test? Okay? Go with what the professors know. They've broken the work down for you. Stay up with everything as you go, and you'll be fine. Wait until the night before the test, and then all of your other professors are going to declare a test on the same day, and you're going to be in trouble. So keep up with stuff, do what you're supposed to do, and we'll all be fine. Looking forward to it. Anybody have any questions for me? Okay, so y'all will be in there for an hour, and we will have, I think, like she said, that I don't think they finalized that yet, but maybe Christina in the summer, and then Gabby, and some of the people that you met tonight. There will be another person in there helping answer questions when we have our hour together. Okay?
Yeah, you all are better at math than you think, okay? All right? So, you will, you can ask Taylor and Yanni and a few of the others that are floating around. They're better, right?
Yeah. Way better.
Way better, right? Than you thought you were, right?
I'm surprised at what you remember from high school.
Yes.
Thinking of everything, but you will.
Yes, you will. Yeah. So you'll be fine. Okay. All right. So I'm not worried. Okay. You. All right. Anything else? All right. So where's the accent from? Where's my accent from? A student, not a parent. You're not in my class. Do I have an accent? I don't have an accent? Oh, good. Great. Where's my accent from? Huh? Oh, okay, that's good. I must be losing it. I had a student one year ask me to say Harry Potter. Will you please say Harry Potter? Do you remember that? Yeah? Can you say Harry Potter? Can you say bloody hell? I said, I will. I will if you don't bloody do what I tell you. So, anyway, I'm from England. I graduated from there, but I did do my master's and my PhD work here in the United States. And I've been at Kennesaw for a long time, 15 years, I think. So, and I'm happy to be here. I love being here. The people here are very devoted to teaching, which sometimes I think we kind of lose that, when we start doing research. But we are all advocates of teaching you, okay, students. So, all right. Any questions? All right, go meet the other group.
You're staying here, right?
Yeah, you guys are staying here, huh? So you stay here.
You stay here, we walk upstairs. So we'll see you in a little bit.
Questions? Yes.
He's going to talk to you on page 1101. Even though Ms. Matthews is not here, and I know I'm going to be teaching it, but I figured I'd just do it well. And let someone else talk about page 1101. Don't look up there. You can phone it down. So he's going to speak to you guys for the next few minutes and just let you know, because I'm going to be right outside trying to clean up. If you are living in the ESBA housing block, if you can, you're going to go upstairs to the leadership room, and that's where they're going to talk to you about moving in and all of that good stuff and what you need to bring. If you are going to be a commuter or there for 4 weeks, if you have any questions for Dr. Nadius, Ms. Cruz, or myself, we'll be here. Otherwise than that, we will see you guys on July the 14th. Well, we'll see the students on July the 14th. So, thank you.
I'm Michael Hurd. I'm the Associate Dean of the University College. Let me first of all congratulate you for being accepted to Kennesaw State. They are very wise decision. And let me congratulate you on taking part in this program. It shows a commitment, I think, on the part of students. A lot of times they may not realize it, but it's very good to see parents here, and the students should be well aware of the fact that the parents aren't concerned. That's why they're here. They're not here to punish you for having to come this summer, but they are concerned about your education, because we know now this is a very competitive society. We're not just competing against people that are at Kennesaw State or even Georgia or the United States. We're competing with people all over the world. So anything that you can do to get an upper hand, to get an advantage, it comes upon you to at least do that. And so I congratulate you on taking that advantage of that. Whether you realize it or not, students don't realize it, parents do. But this is a major, 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 major change in your life. Going to school, staying on campus. Everything changed. Hopefully everything that your parents have taught you to stay with you, but they become mini adults. I say mini adults, but they're not quite adults, but they're still dependent on us for money and those type of things. But to a large degree, they're adults now, so they kind of make decisions when they go to bed, what time they get up, when they study, who their friends are, what they should and shouldn't do. And so this is definitely a time that you have to trust them, and hopefully everything that you taught them is positive. They will take advantage of it. Whether the students realize it or not, it's a major difference in high school. Academics is much, much different. Professors, some can be very informative. You don't come to class, nobody's going to call and say, why don't you in class? If you miss 2 or 3 class periods, nobody's going to call and ask. Professor, just write it down. Take attendance. Believe it or not, some courses they ask us to take attendance, and some professors, if you're late, they don't want you to come to class. They're not going to go over everything that's in the book. So it'll be totally different. You have to learn the personalities of the different professors and have to adjust your study habits accordingly. Have to be very careful with your friends, because it's not just bad things, but sometimes you try to stay with people that are at least as smart as you, a little bit smarter. You know, I made a mistake. I had friends that I had to study, but I had a couple friends that didn't have to study. They were just naturally smart. They did it, and I couldn't hang with them until I had to start adjusting to my own abilities. And so this is one of the things you have to do. And your friends, they say, let's go here, let's go there. You have to make a decision that, no, I'm not doing so well in English, so I need to stay here and try to study. The first year is the most important year. This is our highest attrition rate and lowest retention, because most students, if they don't make it through the first semester, it's very difficult for them to continue. So this is very, 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 very important. I can't stress how important it is for you to take your first year seriously. Do it in reverse. You know, slack off waiting until you got in and made some good grades and kind of understand how things operate. But we find out that one of the reasons that students fail is not always because they're not academically prepared. Oftentimes they just can't make that adjustment, that transition from high school to college, because it's so different. And so we have a lot of students that don't do well simply because they can't make that transition from high school to college. And so one of the things that we try to do here at Kennesaw State is we've been actually recognized by 11 consecutive years as having one of the best first-year programs. That simply means we put special emphasis on first-year students because we know if you make it through that first year, it's not as difficult to make the years after. So we've been nationally recognized for having an outstanding program. And the jewel of our program is the KSU 1101. That's a first-year seminar that all first-year students have to take. It's a 3-hour academic-based substantive seminar. It's not just a 1-hour seminar where we talk about this is a class we have to read, we have exams, and so forth. And this is the book we have. And the book is written by college professors here at Kennesaw State in the first year. We wrote it. So everything that's in here is applicable to Kennesaw State. And some of the things that you will go over in this class are learning styles, discovering your personality and motivation, the difference between high school and college, learning strategies, note-taking skills, campus resources, multiple intelligence, wellness, stress management. And there's one subject, what would you guess that subject? There's one not academic but discipline-based subject. There's one area that hurts first-year students more than any other area. What do you think that is? Not a subject. It's not a subject matter. What do you think it is? Take a guess. Most first-year students get caught. It's time management. We go over time management in this class. Gotta get them. Time management. But now, we don't have parents, teachers, somebody saying, okay, you gotta get up. You gotta go to class, and some professors, when it's time for the class to start, they shut the door and you can't get in. And they take attendance. In some classes, if you miss 2 or 3 classes, your letter grade automatically lower, even if you have A in the class. So you have to learn different personalities. Everybody's not the same. That's one of the secrets of college life is learning the personality of the professor. They're not all the same. Some are strict, some are a little more loose. And it's up to you to try to adjust to the different personalities and different requirements in the class. You have a syllabus, and you'll find some syllabus about 16 or 17 pages. It's not even just that much information, but I put rubrics, how it's going to grade, what exams were, what quizzes were, those type of things. And once the professor puts that syllabus online, they expect you to read. If you have a paper that's due Friday, they're not going to say Thursday, oh, there's a paper due tomorrow. 12 o'clock, whatever time it is, when the papers are due, they expect you to turn it in because it's in the syllabus. And so it's important for you to read. You will be a lot more responsible for your own education. I can't stress that enough. And I know a lot of students can't wait to come to college, but you have to be very disciplined. Because that first year, I can't stress it enough, is probably the most important year. Because if you can get through that year, you can pretty much do the rest of it. Because you already acclimated, you already know what's going on, you already know what to do. And so it's important. This class has tests, quizzes, research. It's a regular course. But it teaches you non-discipline-based things that we know that you need to know in order to succeed. And I say one of them is time, and that was difficult. Now, it's usually not anyone else. Okay, it's time to get up. If you're used to getting up every morning at 7 o'clock, go to school. That particular day you may not have class until 11. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to stay in bed. But this is one of the things that helped me in the philosophy I had and helped me through law school. And I look at education as a job. People say to go to work or to school. It was a job, 20-hour week job. And when I wasn't studying, when I wasn't in class, I studied. I just looked at it like a job. You know, you have to be, and if I didn't have one class that day, I tried to go to the library or wherever I could and study. And then at 5 o'clock, I had a lot of free time. But it's important for you, and I think you just look at it as a job. Let me get up and go to my job. If I'm not in class, I'm studying. I'm doing something that's going to cover my education. And that way, a lot of evenings, I had free. I didn't have to stay up all night doing anything. So this experience will force you to be a lot more mature, a lot more disciplined. You have a lot of competing interests. As I told the other group, I didn't have all the channels. When I went to school, we had 3 channels: CBS, NBC, and ABC. Television went off at 12. They just laughed. TV went off, they started spraying down there. Other birds went off there. At 12 o'clock, TV went off. At 6 o'clock, it came back on. And so even some radio stations I listened to. So you didn't have all the competing interests that students have now. They can talk all day and Skype and all these other things. And so we have a lot more competing interests. They say we'll have football in about another year or so. We know high school football, the games start on Friday night, that's it. Well, I went to Tennessee. The SEC football season starts on Thursday. It goes all the way through. And so a lot of things that took my attention, but it was very, very, very important for you to be disciplined, you to think for yourself, and the KSU 1101 will be the course that will help you transition, make that transition from high school to college. Because it is a bit socially, academically, and all the other things that go along with it. So I would encourage you to take it seriously. You have an advantage, you start classes early. So when school starts and all the other first year students come in, you already know where everything is. You know where your course classes are. And believe me, sometimes it takes students 2 or 3 weeks just to get acclimated, trying to figure out what's what. And professors, day one, they start taking that role and counting off. So they don't give you a lot of time to become acclimated. But at this particular point, you have that opportunity. You have a good social network. You already have some friends. A lot of people that go through this program stay friends all 3 or 4 or 5 years, get things all state. So those things are important. So we will do everything we can. There's no reason for you not to walk across that stage in 4 years, maybe 5. I know your parents are saying 4. 3 and a half, you can. But it's important for you to do that. So we'd like to welcome you to Kennesaw State. Know that there's no reason for you to fail. We have all the resources here. We just need you to take advantage of it. And we give those additional benefits of the KSU 1101. It's a book that's written by faculty members. It's a book. And all the authors are people, as I said, that get out of college. They write it. And so it's specifically tailored toward the Kennesaw State experience. And once again, let me congratulate you. And hope in 4 years, you will see you walk across the stage with that degree in your hand. There's no reason for you to fail. If you fail, it's because you choose to. Because we will do everything. And don't wait. That's the other thing. Don't wait till the last minute. Don't wait till the last week or 2 of class. Once you have that first quiz, that first test, you feel like you're in trouble, go immediately right there. We have supplemental instructors, we have tutors, we have everything, peer mentors, we have all the resources here. But you can't wait until the last week of class, or the last 2 weeks, and expect the professor to be able to help you. Because if I won't say, look, that's your responsibility. You should have come to me when I could have done it. So once again, I'm not trying to make anybody nervous. There's no reason for you. Be assured that there's no reason for you. It may sound difficult, but you can do it. The resources are here. And once again, congratulations. Are there any questions that I might be able to answer for you at this point? I know it's a lady, but parents, we'll see what they're made of. We'll see what they're made of. Once again, congratulations. Thank you for coming. Oh yeah, well, if people tell you the same thing repeatedly,
Yeah.
and I use this example, this is the last statement I'm gonna make. The movie Shawshank Redemption, I'm sure some of you have seen that movie. And right near the end, well, Morgan Freeman, he's going up for parole. They asked him, was he sorry for what he did? He says, all the time I wish I could go back and talk to that young man. He's not here anymore. And I say to myself, I wish I would have listened. Well, I mean, I did okay in school, but I wish I could go back and talk to myself and be a little bit more serious about the things that I did. You know, I studied. I was one of those students that really had to study. But I wish I had taken a lot more advantage earlier on than I did. And so if I could go back, if I could talk to you, I would tell you, take advantage of it. Start, hit the ground running. You know, people say, oh, you go through the first year. No, that's not true. The first year is the pivotal year. Statistics show that if you don't make it through your first year, it's hard to do it after. If you can go through, you get disciplined, do the things you're supposed to do your first year, successive years will be a lot easier. We're here. So that's sort of my little 2 cents. I have some ones out and ones still there. In school, I talk to them all the time and tell them. But as we say all the time, raising kids is like a gamble. You just kind of hope, you know, you do everything that you can. But kids are more like the times they grow up in without their parents. And that's true. There's a lot of things to do. There's so much, a lot of things now that I don't even think about when I was in school. Once again, it's important. Get in and get started, get through, listen to your parents. I'm not your parents, so I can tell you, listen to them. They're correct. Thank you for coming. Any questions? Okay, it's like some of the classes. And then I tell them, okay, we're having an exam in about 30 minutes, and all of a sudden everybody can't. Once again, congratulations, and thank you for coming. That's it?
I don't know. Hold on. We're gonna find out what you're supposed to be doing. Probably. I think we should go upstairs.